Hello, I'm Nyssa and welcome to another Wild Earth travel presentation. Today I will be taking you through my experience with Hapag Lloyd cruises. But before we begin, just a little recap on who we are at Wild Earth Travel. So we are your experts in expedition and small ship travel. We partner with over 70 ship operators from around the world and have access to over 250 different vessels with more than 2,000 different itineraries. So on top of that, we are travellers and guides ourselves, and we offer impartial information and try and match you or your client with the best trip possible for what you're into. So who is Hapag Lloyd? You may have heard of the name before, as it's synonymous in shipping, but it's also a company that is synonymous with luxury or pleasure cruising, having actually been established in 1891. Today, Hapag Lloyd services a fleet of 5 vessels. You have the Europa fleet, which is concentrating on the luxury, particularly the luxury exploration market. And then you have the Hanseatic fleet, which is the expedition fleet. There is the Inspiration, the Nature, and the Spirit. And they are all sister vessels with the same specs. So pretty much identical, except for the signature restaurant that is on board. I was lucky enough to travel aboard the Hanseatic Inspiration. It has a capacity of 230 guests. On board during my voyage, there was probably just under 200, but it never felt busy or cluttered. There's lots of wide open spaces and plenty of communal areas to enjoy. There are a range of different cabin types and suites as well. I was in the panoramic cabin, as you'll see here through this walkthrough. The cabins are turned down twice a day. There's a fully stocked minibar and an espresso machine, which I put to good use. What is the Hapag Lloyd onboard experience like? So as a German company, the trips are run bilingual. So you will have announcements in both German and English. And our cruise director did jokingly mention to us that the Germans weren't getting more information. It just took longer to explain everything in German than it does in English. Let's start with the food, because that's what we always get asked here at Wild Earth Travel. So on the Hanseatic Inspiration, or all of the Hanseatic fleet, there are 3 restaurants. So there is the main restaurant, the Hanseatic restaurant, which is a la carte, and I would describe that as fine dining with like an international flair, but also some European favorites there as well. The Hanseatic restaurant was a la carte with a rotating menu, but you could also order off the favorites menu. So if you just felt like a burger or a schnitzel or a steak, you could just order that day in, day out. We dined here mostly of an evening, but you could actually come for breakfast and lunch as well and have something off the menu. Then there was the Lido restaurant, which was a bit more casual. It was a buffet style. It was my favorite place for breakfast and for lunch, because you were able to sit out on the deck and enjoy dining outside. And then you have your specialty restaurant. So on the Inspiration, it was Nyssa, which was a Peruvian / hybrid with Japanese. And then the Nyssa restaurant, the decor and ambience was 5-star and something that you would expect to walk into in any city in the world, and you almost forgot that you were on a vessel. And one of my highlights was when they prepared fresh ceviche at the table, and we ate it fresh. It was delicious. So there are a couple of options for your bars if you like a drink after a meal, or anytime really, open pretty much all day. So upstairs in the observation lounge, they also do fresh espresso there as well. And then you've got your Hanseatic bar on level 4, which actually has, I don't know, you can't see it in the image there, but they have a grand piano and a jukebox that gets a workout as well. Images from the observation lounge on deck 8, which was a really great place just to gather and have a cup of tea and watch the world go by. You can order a coffee at the bar, read a book. And the Hanseatic Atrium was kind of almost like the heart of the vessel, so a place where we would gather for our lectures, precaps, and that kind of thing. And you're not able to see in the image there, but they're actually able to divide the room with a wall, and so they're able to have simultaneous lectures going on at once. So really good. They'd have German on one side, English on the other side. They wouldn't have to combine the two, which obviously would take a little bit longer. So all part of the expedition experience. There's an Ocean Academy on deck 8 where you're able to mingle with the experts, and there's lots of reference books if you want to kind of deep dive into something that you've seen during the day. They also have microscopes there, and I feel like I met the person who is the most interested in plankton I've ever met before, the onboard marine biologist, Karina, who was lovely. So the pool area definitely gets a workout as well. There's actually a retractable roof that can come across. So, you know, if the weather isn't too great, you can still have a nice swim in the pool. It was heated to 23 degrees and there are 2 jets there. So if you feel like you want a bit of a workout, you can swim against the jets. And then you'll see there is a hot tub to go into afterwards, which is nice and relaxing. It's a great place to kind of mingle and hang out, and you can see all the deck chairs there. People were just lying down, enjoying the sunshine, getting a drink, a nice cold drink, and reading a book. You've also got your sports club, so fully decked out gym, as you can see in this image, lots of equipment, but there was also a dedicated room where we could do exercises on the mats, and they would run classes as well with the fitness instructor, who also doubled as a personal trainer. So for those who kind of wanted to work a little bit more on their exercise, there was always that option too. Sports club as well were the saunas. So there was a hot sauna and a steam sauna, and they were quite popular amongst the European crowd. Something a little bit different for me was that people from Europe, they often like to sauna naked, so that was optional. You could always wrap yourself in a towel. It was really the people that made the trip and the onboard experience so special. So we mentioned before that it's bilingual, predominantly German passengers. So there was probably about 12 English-speaking passengers on board. Most people were couples. There were a few singles, and actually they really accommodated those singles well. At the start of the trip, they had a singles catch-up so that you could meet other singles. And they also had a legally blind traveller and a traveller in a mobility scooter who were well looked after, and I did see them going on shore for certain excursions as well. The captain mentioned afterwards that the average age was about 68, but they all were quite active as well. So the staff, predominantly Filipino staff, a German crew. In a nutshell, I had a fantastic onboard experience. I would pitch this as a luxury expedition option. So people who want to spend as much time on the ship as off the ship, but still have that enriching experience, I would say that this really works well. There is definitely a European flavour about Hapag Lloyd, but it is international as well. And in the next couple of years, as they try to break into the native English-speaking markets, so Australia, New Zealand, Britain, and also North America, you will see more of a ratio of English speakers and non-English speakers, helping to kind of make it more of an international flavor. But at the moment, you still get everything you need to have a fantastic experience both on and off the ship.